Here with Kobe Critchley and CJ Polk of the UMC men's basketball team. Quite the game, a 70-68 win over Wayne State. Definitely came down to the wire there for you guys. Just talk about what Coach preached down there the last few possessions for you and what you guys were able to do.
Energy. He was just saying keep up the energy, be competitive, compete, just win the game. Just win the game.
Yeah, just get stops on D and take our time on offense and get good looks. Basically what he kept saying.
Kobe, you just seem to have confidence just shooting the ball from the start of this game. I know typically, kind of at least coming into this season, you were more, help your other teammates out. But today, you had 18 points, career high early in your career. But just what really worked for you tonight?
I was just reading the defense. I mean, they were going under on ball screens a little bit. Bigs were there. I was just making the reads.
CJ, 16 points, but also 6 assists, really helping out your teammates. Just what were you able to do, and just what were you seeing out there?
Get my team involved. Most teams just play me for my drive or whatever. So driving keeps my team involved with the game a little bit tonight.
Just how does it feel to get that first NSIC win under your belt, and now you head into an obviously tough opponent tomorrow, but just how big is it to go in there with confidence as you take on the number 2 team in the nation tomorrow?
It was big. It's going to be big tomorrow. Big game, big everything tomorrow. So keep up the energy, just compete tomorrow. Even though the top-ranked team doesn't matter, but we just got to compete.
Yeah, it gives us confidence going into tomorrow, so that's good. And just like CJ said, we're going to come, we're going to compete, and do what we can do.
Okay, thanks guys. Here at the UMC head men's basketball coach Dan Weisse. That one came down to the wire, but luckily you're able to come out on the good end of it. That rim was in our favor there at the end. They had a couple looks, but Nate, corralled it and was able to go down, and you guys win.
Well, I tell you, you hate to use the word lucky, but Sean, I feel lucky. I'll be honest. They had three looks at the end of the game that I thought any one of those 3 would have dropped. We told Nate, one of our freshmen that got the rebound, I said, "Can you get the first one next time, so we don't give him that many opportunities?" But with that said, he gets that rebound, makes a toughness play the third time. We got to do it the first time.
Yep.
Comes down, makes a free throw, and I was like, it's a good win. I thought their last shot was also going in, but we made one more play and gave ourselves a chance to win the game.
2 very even teams, and we talked about it going into today, and that was very much the case. Just what was it that you thought put you guys over the edge, and you guys really ended up doing well?
Well, you know what? I think we had a 10-point lead in that first half, and they crawled back in the game. And that's a good team. Coach Dolan's been around a while. He gets those guys to play very hard, come back. I'm not sure if it was tied or real close at halftime there. And then second half, I think we got a 16-point lead, and again they crawl right back into the game. And that's you got to give Wayne a lot of credit because those guys played extremely hard. We were just lucky enough to come out with a win tonight. Give our guys credit because they fought through some adversity as well. We'll take the win, that's for sure.
Talk about Kobe Critchley, the guy that's going to be so big for you in the, not just this year, but the next 3 years after that. He was a different guy.
Sure.
Than what, was confident in his shot. 18 points, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. I think he came in as maybe a 20% three-point shooter. He just, was able to really help you from that respect. Just talk about how big you think this game was in terms of his confidence.
Well, we kind of seen that in practice. I've seen it maybe in glimpses last weekend a little bit in the Duluth St. Cloud weekend. So we've seen it, but it's great to see him really, put it all together in a 40-minute game rather than in glimpses. And that's part of the process for these young guys is the consistency. He was pretty consistent tonight. He was a very good player for us, and we're proud of him. We're going to need more of that from him, and we're excited we have him on our team.
We talked a little bit about Nate already, but doesn't score much, through most of the game. But then there, when you needed him, he gets a big tip in there, later in the game. He ends up hitting some free throws, 7.7 rebounds. Does a lot of the little things late that you needed him to do.
And you're exactly right. And what Nate does is, we need to be a better rebounding team. Nate's one of the guys on our team that actually does a pretty darn good job on the boards. And then he does some pretty good, he's real active. He's our best communicator on defense. For a big guy, he's very active, moves his feet very well. So he does a lot of stuff that's not in the stat book. But like you said, he does a lot of hustle plays. And I just wanted to, a big play at the end of that game was C.J. Polk diving on the floor for that loose ball. That's a winning play for us. Nate Lorenz rebound, winning play for us. And so those are little things we can build off of those things. And I know these guys are young and it's a process, but we just, if we can keep learning, just build off those little things can win you basketball games like they did tonight.
You got the win to boost the confidence. Doesn't get any easier tomorrow. You got the number 2 team in the nation coming in here, but you got to feel like, hey, anything's possible.
Hey, I tell you what, this is why it's one of the best Division II leagues, and that's why it's the Friday Saturday the back-to-back is pretty interesting. We have a pretty emotional win, a fun win, a gritty win tonight. Now we got to come back, like you say, and play they don't get much better Augustana, and but we're excited to play them. It'll be a great challenge for us. Hopefully we make them guard us, and we'll 40-minute game. That's why they play the games, right, Sean?
Yep. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Sean.